following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome into Mornings on Main Street. We'll look at traffic from the T-Day Smartway camera coming in I-40 Elm Hill Pike to town. Beautiful day. Commute going good. You guys doing fantastic. Let's keep it that way throughout the whole entire day and have a good time. All right, welcome into Mornings on Main Street. I am your lovely and beautiful host, Big Joe, alongside my best friend, the intern, who will join us in just a second as he untangles his headphones from a place yet to be determined where he is this morning. Fun show for you today. We got a packed show for you. We're all about the hyper-local on this show. So come up in just a few moments. Great, cool play. It's happening at the Larry Keaton Theatre in Donaldson. We got 3 cast members who are going to join us on the show today and talk about a really cool show that's happening at the Larry Keaton Theatre that starts on Thursday. And then today's National Pizza Day. We'll get into that. And then at 7:40, Will Hester, the head football coach at Ravenwood High School, is about to head to the Super Bowl because one of his former players is playing in the game on Sunday, and we will talk to him. And, of course, celebrity birthdays at 7:50. Intern, are we okay now?
Yes. Hey, what's up, man?
What happened to you there?
Oh, I just was taking off my headphones, and I hit the mic.
Okay.
So
well, I looked because I don't know where you are, but I had this kind of a sixth sense that you were in trouble. So I was wondering about that.
Thanks for jumping into action to save me there.
Are we better now?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, we have a good day yesterday?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything went smoothly. No complaints on this end.
Okay, so, you see those hashtags on Instagram, Man Crush Monday and all that stuff?
Right.
Can we put up our Man Crush Wednesday picture that we have?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is
saw this last night, and
Man Crush every day.
Okay. There you're at. Jeff Fisher is the new head coach of the Michigan Panthers in the United States Football League, the USFL, and they released this picture yesterday of Jeff Fisher, and we have different takes on it. It looks like that for those who grew up in Nashville, there was a store in Donaldson called Moskovitz, and they'd have ads when their dark Levi's would come in. This looks like an ad for the dark Levi's. They're going to be on sale for $888 this Saturday only at Moskovitz. Now, intern, you said this is what?
So it looks like, to me, like a 90s family portrait pic where everybody's on like one level,
That is just fantastic.
Or I also was thinking it was like a 7th grade picture day shoot where they make you put your hands in your pockets.
Right.
You wore jeans that were not supposed to have your hands in your pockets.
What's the over-under on that's an adjustable waistband on those Levi's? He looks miserable. And Jeff's a nice guy. I mean, I've interviewed him 1,000 times in my other lifetime, but
And that's a big smile.
it's a big
Grinning from ear to ear.
He's got Robin Williams hairy arms too, so that's just.
Put your hands out of your pockets. I honestly don't know what's better though, if it's hands out or in.
I don't know, man. So, all right, let's get to the morning headline before we get to our guest. Come on, just a moment, but one day I'll figure out how to work this computer. Is that okay? One day that we have
One
that.
day, absolutely.
And then, boom, there we go. Front page of the Main Street National e-edition's out this morning. You can see right there. It's Wednesday, February the 9th, 2022. A story that came out late Monday night, but we have in the paper today. Longtime Mount Juliet High School principal Mel Brown passed away. Mel Brown was a baseball coach when I was at McGavick. He cut me when I was a freshman. He wasted no time. He's a fantastic man. It's a huge loss. He was my economics teacher. He was great. I came out for baseball. I did 3 swings. I got cut. I struck out. He said, "Hey, thanks for coming," and he cut me. So the man knows talent.
Yeah. And that sounds similar to my soccer tryout. I pulled a hamstring during it. It's the only reason I didn't make the first cut.
That's the only reason?
Only reason.
My God, he was a fine man. He cared about everybody. I run into him even when he's at Mount Juliet. He's always a kind word. So that's a huge loss. So his sons, Carmen and Frank, our prayers with you because your father was a damn good man, and that hurts big time. Moving on, Metro public schools, 50% decline in positive COVID cases. Let's keep it going till we see 100%, right?
Yes, absolutely. Keep it going.
Okay, let's go down. We got, again, a packed show we're going to get through this morning. All right, so this is the national banner 65 years ago today, 1957. And it's just awful. Like Mechanic Slade's wife and himself,
Headline.
held his relatives at bay for 30 minutes and commit suicide. And just
people talking bad about the groundhog.
Yeah, just crazy, man. Yeah, the groundhog has an attitude. Death, destruction. I want off this. I didn't like this February 9th, 1957. Get me off that page.
This one will be a lot better.
Yeah,
already is, right?
Move on. Yeah, let's just move on down a little bit. Hey, we'll have this guest on Friday who was very instrumental in getting the tritium. Anyway, it's a big plant open in Lebanon to make electric vehicle chargers. 500 jobs, 30,000 of those are supposed to be making per year. So great. We love jobs. We love this community. Let people get back on their feet. So our good friend Edward Birch, we had on a few weeks ago, responsible for part of this. And Edward joined us on Friday to talk more about that.
Tritium.
Tritium? That's your goal. By the end of the show, figure how we pronounce that.
It's like lithium.
Because I'm sure what we're seeing now is not lithium. I'm sure now what we're doing doesn't make sense. Tennessee Titans announced extension for Mike Vrabel and John Robinson. Oh. Well done. Some people are like, why John Robinson gets an extension? Do you remember how bad this football team was before he got here? Awful.
He makes things happen. Oh, man.
This is an awful football team. Oh, big story here. Cougar spotted. Let me get down. Cougar spotted in Dixon, investigated by TWRA. I also saw another cougar at the Applebee's here in Lebanon not too long ago. That one's not being investigated by the Tennessee Wildlife. I wonder why.
The cougars always spot you first.
They do. And then once they get you in your clutches, you're done.
Forever.
Just give into it. Next thing you know, you got yourself a nice sweater. And you're blocking phone numbers.
Right, they say don't move or move. I can't remember which one it is.
Right. Did you see cougars in Chattanooga?
Yes, they were rampant. Actually, it was a problem
when you were down there. So be careful when you go to Dixon or Applebee's because they're around to do all that stuff. All right, let's move on down to the thing. Let's get a horoscope. Taurus, yes. You ready, intern?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Today, intern, rely on your strengths, skills, and experience. You'll be able to make positive changes. Initiate something you want to pursue and take a proactive approach to self-improvement and staying updated. Alter your course to take advantage of a trend. You like to do those little dumb TikTok dances.
Yes.
So alter your dances
to
take advantage of a trend.
All right, fine. I'll do lean with it, rock with it next time.
I like it.
Right.
And you do that Will Smith dance that everybody's doing too.
Okay.
And then maybe that fancy dance, we're fancy like Applebee's on a Friday.
It takes me about 6 to 8 months to learn one.
Okay. Well, we got nothing but time.
Okay.
Right? We got that.
I'll do a
make sure you join our good friend Devin O'Day, Main Street today at 11 o'clock. Devin's show is the 180 of our show. It's fantastic. It's fun. Grab the best of everything you can see in Middle Tennessee. Yes. So make sure you join Devin at 11 o'clock today. All right, so our comic strip tease. This is brought to you by
Possibly you.
And the voice today, so we're doing Blondie as the voice. Dagwood's going to get a new suit, it looks like. As the voice of the salesman, it'll be me as Bill Clinton. And Dagwood, intern, your voice is?
I'll do Owen Wilson.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 2. Blondie, the comic strip. I'm Bill Clinton. I got to say, that jacket certainly makes a bold statement about you.
Exactly. What's the statement?
Listen here, sweetheart. It's clear as a bell. It's saying that jacket looks great. You should buy it, and maybe a new pair of shoes.
Funny, I don't hear anything.
Terrible
Zero
once
laughs.
again. Terrible. Oh, hold on. We got laughs. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got to get a new floor director. He didn't cue the audience in time. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We had 3 very special guests about a great play that's opening on Thursday night that I want you guys to know about. And I want you to go see. Dinner Theater in Nashville. There's only one place you can go see that and have that. And we're going to show you where that's going on. And that's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
And I can't think of anything more important than buying and selling a new home, except for one thing, and that's finding a new home for a displaced pet here in the Middle Tennessee area.
We got Mr. Charlie out at Lucky Farms Animal Rescue, a sweet little pit bull named Luna at Mount Juliet Animal Control. Please help us find her a home. We're getting him back to on all 4 paws, but we need someone to take him home.
Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, proud sponsor of Pet of the Week. He was the first one to hop on board, 4 or 5 months ago. Let's bring in our good friend Hunter Briley from Regal Realty Group, who joins us this morning. My man, how are you, buddy?
He doesn't even know he's missing a leg. He's that sweet. I know somebody out there has a place in their home for him.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all your help and work that we're doing on this. I'm so excited to be part of Pet of the Week every single week.
Love you, Big Joe. Love you bunches. See you.
Hero, man. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. A little look of your traffic commute coming in today. Hey, looks good on west side of town, I-40 in Charlotte. Keep it up, my friends. Thank you, everybody, watching this morning. Nice little audience watching today. We appreciate you guys as always. All right, let's talk about this great show. Look, I love theater. I love dinner theater. And you'd be surprised, Nashville's only got 1 dinner theater around, right? So where can you go get a great dinner and watch an amazing show? We're going to tell you where you can do it right now. Let's bring in 3 guests of the show this morning. Let's bring in Kevin Raymond, Jacob Hinnen, and Thomas Gentry to the show. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Joe.
Yeah, we look great in this quad box. Fantastic. All right, Kevin, we're going to start with you. You're the director. Sure. Tell me about the play. You said this is a bit different than what you normally do. Explain that and explain what the play's about.
It is. We normally do musicals very often. However, this show, See How They Run, is a British farce, which means it's a comedy, but it's very physical comedy. And for those of you that are familiar with things like the Dick Van Dyke Show, the Carol Burnett Show, you might remember how all the physical bits that happened between like Tim Conway and Harvey Korman, and it used to make them laugh while they're on stage. It's very much like that. It's one of the funniest things that you might see on stage, but on top of the comedy itself, there's a lot of physical bits that make it very funny.
I love it. I was reading about it, and to see it is a little bit different than the norm than what I normally see from you guys at the theater, and I love it. All right, Thomas, let's bring you in here. How much fun is doing play, something like Kevin's talking about, a little bit different than the norm, what you're used to?
It's a blast. Like you said, it is very physical. I actually had to take this interview from the hot tub this morning because every night we're just throwing ourselves around on stage. So I was like, at 7 a.m. I'm normally in the hot tub just recovering from the last night. So hopefully that inspires people to kind of want to see what we're doing up there. We're rolling around, we're throwing ourselves. Jacob has a lot of that. I'm sure he can speak to that. And it's a very funny show. It's not a musical, but I think we're still going to get a lot of laughs because like everyone's given 110% and, just rolling around, jumping at stuff, scared. It's a lot of fun.
Thomas, I thought that was a background that you put that fake background up there.
No, it's real water.
I know we're doing our next show next week. It's at your hot tub, man.
I was going to say we should have all been there this morning, right?
We could have done this. Okay, Jacob, same question to you. This seems like a lot of fun. And I got to tell you, this comes back from a long time. Anytime there's a play or show that involves Nazis, it's always good. And I see this is part of this as well.
Yeah, it's very different than any show I've ever done. I definitely have a new bruise every time I come home, and yeah, a new mark on me. But it's so worth it, and it's so much fun. And I think I come out sweating more than I do now after this show than I did for Mamma Mia, and there was tons of choreography for that show. So yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we enjoy performing. So
Jacob, explain your character, Corporal Clive Winton. Are you a good guy, bad guy? What are you?
He is an American actor turned American soldier. So I'd say he's one of the good guys. I think he's tired of being in the vicarage where he's at and wants to get home, and he just can't get back to base. So that's basically his whole time. He's just trying to get back, and he just is never getting the luck. So.
All right, Thomas, your question to explain your character, the Reverend Lionel Toop. Anytime I see the word name Reverend, they always just make the show better in so many ways. Explain your character.
Yes, sir. Well, so I'm the good Reverend Lionel Toop, and I'm actually in costume right now, which might be confusing for a reverend, but this is one of my costumes. I'll let y'all figure out how that happens. But he is the vicar of his little village in Merton-cum-Middlewick, and he is basically this kind of doofus of a guy. Apparently, I'm told he's somewhat attractive. I'm not sure I uphold that, but I try to. Some of the villagers, unbeknownst to him, are like kind of think he's cute, the older ladies, and he's kind of constantly getting chased by them. But the main thing is he just has all this chaos happen in his house and all these different incidents, and he just kind of walks into these different situations and is like, what's going on? And it's a lot of fun because half the show he's just trying to figure out why all these people are in his house and how they got there. And he's kind of too much of a doofus to figure out a lot of it. But I think he's a sweet guy. He just doesn't always know what's happening.
That's a great thing for a character. All right, Kevin, as a director and used to doing musicals and everything, do you see when the rehearsal for this, talking more about the physical comedy part of this, have you seen as the rehearsal and goes on that the characters and these actors and actresses get more into that physical part of this?
They totally do. In fact, somewhere near the beginning of rehearsal, the entire cast got us these great matching T-shirts that says, "It's choreography, y'all," because I kept saying every time we do one of these physical bits, it's basically choreography. Things have to happen on certain beats, and you have to be really active together and moving together and that sort of thing. So even though it's probably the first thing that I've ever directed that's not a musical-oriented show, there's still a lot of choreography to it. Everybody's moving together simultaneously, doing sort of the same thing. So, yeah, it sort of feels like that in a sense.
I love this because the fact that this is the first, you said, kind of non-musical. So you're learning as well with the cast, everything. This has got to be a lot of fun in rehearsal.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Just seeing everybody knocking each other down.
Yeah, truly.
Jacob, let me ask you this. You come off Mamma Mia, which we covered last year. Great show. Was it different not being a musical?
Oh, it's very different not being a musical. I mean, Clive, his character has 310 lines and there's no music. So you're trying to put the characterization into the lines instead of just the movement of dancing and singing, and you're taking all of that characterization and putting it in a straight play. So yes, it's very different.
310 lines?
Yeah, it's a lot.
How long did it take you to learn the lines? Are we still learning them?
I actually got it down, surprisingly. I didn't think I would, but Kevin kept believing in me, and yeah, I did it. So it took me I'd say about 2 months.
Well, thank goodness for the cue cards, right?
Right.
Thomas, how many lines do you got?
I'm told I have about 146, but I've never counted myself. But so I'm not quite. I'm only about half the man Jacob is, but you know, it still was a lot for me. I'm always there. They have these phone conversations where you're talking to no one and you have to hold up the whole end of the conversation and like remember the next thing. Those are always the hardest for me because I'm just like, yes, and the next thing, and then I have to say this so the audience knows this. Okay, and I'm like, if I leave something out, it's like, well, I just lost a plot point on them.
Oh, that's great. Kevin, can you improv a tad bit in a show like this with so many lines?
You know, one of the things about the farce is the fact that the lines are completely intertwined with all of the physical comedy. There are moments on the stage where there are a lot of doors and entrances, and as soon as one door closes, another one opens, which in fact is one of the lines from the show. So that there's really not a lot of time and or area for improv, but you know, things go wrong in live theater all the time, and we've seen them create lines that have helped each other and that sort of thing as we've gone along. So yeah, it happens.
All right, Jacob, last question before we get you guys out of here to each one of you. Jacob, sell me this show. Tell me why I need to come see this show.
Why do you need to come see this show? Well, you can come see us. No,
there you go. That's good.
Just these actors and the crew have put in a lot of work into the show, and they love it, and we love it, and it would just mean a lot to us if people would come out and see us, just because we put in that work and we want to share what we have brought, you know, and want to share that with everyone. So
that's a very good answer. I would come just for the simple fact that I would count your lines, because
there you go.
Having that many lines, I can barely make it through a 30-minute show here, and I've got all kind of scripts. There's no way I can do this. All right, Thomas, let me ask you, why should we come to the show?
You know, it's got a lot of the normal cast members of that you might see at other Keaton shows. We actually have a handful of Mamma Mia alumni, I guess you could say. So that's kind of been fun because we've been bonding, and so we're hoping to have a lot of people who came to Mamma Mia come see it. But I'd say one thing is just come see something that's totally different from what we normally have, but still has a lot of familiar faces and is like. It's kind of like a gamble on a new format of show. And I think that's an exciting thing to come be a part of, especially at the Larry Keaton.
Love it. Love it. All right, Kevin, last one to you. I know as a director, this is your baby. This is your pride. Tell me why you like this and why we should come.
Well, first of all, I think that one of the things that's really amazing is the fact that it's not our norm. And, you know, you can come and watch a musical and it's super entertaining and you love it the entire time. But usually you don't sit there and laugh for 2 hours solid.
Right.
I've been with these guys for 2 months now, and I laugh every single time I see what they're doing on stage. It's very funny. Dinner's going to be great. These people are awesome. I can't begin to tell you how funny they are. And look at those two faces. Look at how cute they are. So they're right there. There's just something that you get to see, right?
Oh, that's fantastic. Kevin, you had me at Tim Conway, and that's what
yeah, right.
You had me there. All right, okay. Kevin, Jacob, Thomas, thank you. See how they run. It starts Thursday night at the Larry Keaton Theatre in Donaldson to February 27th. Much success. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for everything this morning. And what they say, go break a leg or an arm or something?
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Joe.
All right, guys. See ya. So that's awesome. I love theater. I love dinner theater. I love that's what Nashville's about. Larry Keaton Theater. You Google, look it up. It starts Thursday. So cool. All right, we come back. It's time for Cooking with Dummies with the Big Dummy. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
And they've got an e-reader, which is just, for people like me, I have grown up with a newspaper holding it in my hand. I really like that experience. But the e-reader or the press reader that Main Street has, you get to see a front page. You get to see the business stocks. You get to see all of that. But if you see a photo and it's got a little icon on the bottom, when you see that icon, that means there's a gallery there.
I love writing and journalism just on its own, and I think I learned that during the pandemic because I was covering all kinds of non-sports related things and still having fun with it, still finding out a lot of great stories. But when you can combine something I'm already interested in, have a lot of knowledge about in sports, I feel like I'm really able to combine two of my passions at the same time, and that's really rewarding for me.
Of Main Street. Nice commute making your way in today. I looked all right, good Lord. All right, you're taking full now. There we go. All right, again, thank you, Kevin, Jacob, and Thomas for joining the show this morning. See how they run at the Donaldson and Larry Keaton Theatre. All right, it's time for Cooking for Dummies with the Big Dummy. Each week, we're going to show you cooking tips, simple cooking tips, because I do not know how to cook. And evidently, I'm not the only one out there. So I felt better after our segment last week when people were saying, I don't know how to cook either. So once again, we go to Black Diamond Culinary in Cool Springs. And this week, we're cooking eggs. Enjoy. All right, welcome back to week 2 of Cooking for Dummies with the Dummy. Your host, Big Joe. We're here at Black Diamond Culinary with Chef Chris, the owner-proprietor, who was walking us through how to cook simple things. Last week we did spaghetti. That turned out really well.
It was amazing and delicious all at the same time.
Thank you. And the raw meat was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, don't tell anybody that.
I didn't. I'm telling the world. All right, so this week, again, I do not know how to cook eggs. I think I do, but I don't. When my son turns away my eggs, says, you know what, I'm good, there's a problem because that dude eats anything. So we're going to cook eggs the proper way. All right, what do we got? Brown eggs, we got butter, we got cheese. What all we got here?
So we have beautiful organic brown eggs, and the difference actually between a brown egg and a white egg is just the style of the chicken, whether they lay a brown egg or a white egg. Organic is just up to you.
Back up. Dude, I thought all chickens were white.
All chickens don't lay white eggs. You have a rainbow color of eggs, actually. There's blue eggs and brown eggs and yellow eggs and orange eggs.
I've never seen a blue egg.
Yes.
And I drink a lot.
Yes.
So I've never seen that.
Yes.
Can you cook a blue egg?
Yes. You can cook an ostrich egg for an omelet if you like to eat an ostrich egg, and they're like huge.
Really?
Yes, you can eat ostrich eggs.
So where do these eggs come from? What kind of chicken?
Not sure what kind of chicken this particular brand they use, but it's different styles. Chickens lay different kind of eggs.
Okay. Man, my head is blown now. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so do you typically use brown eggs?
I use and here at Black Diamond Culinary, we use organic brown eggs.
Okay.
But white ones are just as lovely as they are. They're still an egg yolk and an egg white inside.
Organic, so these chickens have their own condos?
So yes. So they're range free. They're not caged in. They're out in the open and eat all natural goodness.
Okay. To that point a second, range free. So they just
they run around.
It's like a frat house.
That's right. They just
crazy.
Party in crazy land and all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay, that's good. How are the grades? All right, so let's do this and get with this. All right, so now we got the setup here.
So we're going to start out with do a 3-egg omelet today. So we're going to use 3 beautiful eggs. We're going to put butter in our pans. We're going to put it on about medium heat, not too high, because you don't want to scorch your butter, or it will taste a little bit on the nutty side if you do that. But we also don't want to burn the bottom of our eggs.
Tell me, that's like Panama City back in '91 spring break.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I scorched my bottom. Let me ask you this. So I looked online. It says when you're cooking eggs, you need to use milk, you need to use water, you need to use both. Do we need to use any of that stuff?
You don't really need to use any of that stuff. My father liked putting milk in it. My mom liked putting water in hers. So it's just your preference and what you would like to choose to use in your eggs.
That sounds like a great rom-com. He likes water and she likes the milk, but
Yeah.
together they made happiness, right?
That's right. There were 6 happinesses going on.
6 of them?
Six
Good
of us
Lord.
going on, yes.
I guess no streaming back then.
No streaming back then, thank you, Lord.
All right, so we're good, ready to go?
We're ready to go.
All right, let's go do this. Follow us over here. Welcome back. We made it over to the stove now with Chris, and then how are we going to go from here?
So we have beautiful little omelet pans. So there's different styles of omelet pans, different kinds
Pause. What if I don't have a beautiful omelet pan?
You may use a little frying pan or any kind of other little flat pan that
Okay.
you might have available to yourselves.
Because at Black Diamond, you have these great pans from Dillard's.
Yes, we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with about a tablespoon of butter inside of our pans, and we're just going to let that melt.
And Black Diamond located in Cool Springs, right?
We are located in Cool Springs near the mall.
There you go. All right, so how long do we let this
So we're
do?
just going to let the butter melt, and while the butter is melting, we're going to crack our eggs open. So
Oh,
you've got a
favorite
beautiful
part.
bowl.
Okay.
And you can do it one of 2 ways. If you hit 2 eggs together,
Okay.
only one of them is actually going to break. And then
Are
you
you
can
serious?
only one of them will break.
Holy cow.
Did you know that trick?
How does that happen?
You can just throw your shell in the bowl right there.
How did that? I had no idea. Because I've been cracking skulls for 25 years.
Yeah.
Watch this again. Ready? There it goes. All right, so now I get this final guy left. What's his deal?
And then you crack him on the side of the bowl.
Okay. God, I got it all over me. Is it if the part of the shell gets in there? Is that good?
Only if you like calcium and a crunch.
So if you crack an egg, it's another egg. Only one egg cracks. That's pretty good, Chris.
A little bit of knowledge going on here today. So we're going to take our little fork that we have, and we're going to just beat our little eggs until they're nice and all blended together.
How long?
Just until they're all like creamy yellow. You can see the yolk is very yellow, and when you start beating it all together, it just kind of turns a pale yellow.
Well, yours looks really good yellow. Mine looks like.
Got to get those muscles in there and keep whisking.
Well, I like whiskey.
Whiskey.
Jack Daniels. All day long. Okay, I'm doing it. How long is this normally? How do you know when you're done?
Just till it looks like it's all blended very well.
You know what? That's my problem. I never did it like this.
So you looks like you're pretty blended there. You got a little spatula, and we're gonna slide.
I can't stop now, Chris.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Like that whiskey.
Right. Just pour
Just pour it right in the center of your pan.
Okay.
Get all that goodness out of the bowl. So we're just gonna kind of let it sit there and let it work its magic
Okay.
to start our omelet.
No, I have a tendency to like micromanage like a helicopter pilot, parent.
Yeah.
I like-
Sometimes you just have to leave it alone and let it do its little magic.
Okay. So we're good here.
So we're going to start, that's how we're going to do it. And then because it depends on also how well you like your eggs done. I like my eggs on the softer side. Some people like them very dry and well done.
Have you ever cracked an egg and a bird come out?
Never had a bird come out of my eggs yet.
Okay.
But there's always a first time. Somewhere down the road.
You're still young.
That's right.
Okay. Yours look completely different than mine.
Let's turn up the heat a
Nah,
slight
it's not
bit
to do with
more.
heat. It's talent.
And we're just going to kind of stir it into itself toward the center. So the juice on the top of the eggs will kind of go off to the side and start cooking onto the side. And we can kind of swirl our pan a little bit. I just let the egg run off to the side.
Okay.
We got yours going
Yeah,
a little bit
making
more
something over
scrambled.
here.
Beautiful scrambled eggs going on.
How can I possibly screw this up at home?
Well, scrambled or omelet, it tastes just as delicious one way or the other.
Just flip it?
Just let it kind of slide onto the plate and then just kind of flip it onto itself.
Don't you touch it?
There you go. We got almost an omelet going on there. Look at that.
That is like a burrito from McDonald's. I almost did it.
We almost got it.
And we're done.
And we're done. And our bacon will be ready to put on our side. And we'll sit down to a beautiful breakfast, whether we want to do this for a brunch or whether we want to do a family special occasion.
Okay, so to recap, it's got 3 eggs.
3 eggs.
Put them in the pan.
Put them in the pan with a little butter.
Little, but maybe the butter's the key.
The butter's the key.
No olive oil for this?
You can use olive oil if you're
Okay.
cutting back on your fat calories.
All right, so when we see the team come together as one, kind of get all the juice out of it?
All the juice. It depends
What
on
do you call
what.
that, yolk? What do you
The
call it?
yolks.
The yolks.
The yolks, the
Okay.
egg coming together. It also depends on how well done you like your eggs.
Okay.
I like mine a little bit on the softer side, but some people like them a little bit more well done.
information for Black Diamond Culinary. It's the bottom of the screen. Check their website out for all the great cooking classes they got here. You've seen the setup. It's fantastic. Chris does a fantastic job. They have a lot of events going on over here, so make sure you're part of that. It's a great getaway for companies, too, if they want to do lunch.
A team building, a team lunch, just whatever your company wants to do, a little getaway. This is a fun private event space that we can make that happen for you.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Don't let me hanging here. All right. We'll see you guys. Joe, great job again. Back to you. Yeah, well done, Joe. What I took away from that segment is I can't cook and that Black is not slimming on me. So well done. Thank you, Chris, and the staff at Black Diamond Culinary. All right, today's National Pizza Day, and there's a special thing happening in Lebanon with a very special business. We're going to tell you about that. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. That's what we call a short break in the business. We got content to get to, my friends. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. All right, today's National Pizza Day. Let's bring in Valon Arifi from Calabria Pizza Oven. Did I say your name correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Joe.
I appreciate you coming along and doing this, and I appreciate you sending me the email and let me know about this. Today, let me read it real quick. You guys are teaming up Slice Out Hunger Foundation for pizza donation to a local shelter, Calabria Pizzeria, feeding 40 people up to 30 large pizzas at Compassionate Hands, First United Methodist Church in Lebanon today. Only a few pizzerias in the state are doing this. Valon, why is this important for you to do this?
Well, this is the only way of celebrating National Pizza Day is by giving out, and this is huge, and we want to make sure that we give back to the community.
That's a lot of pizzas you're giving out today on National Pizza Day. I got to think you're excited to be doing this because we all love to help other people out, and you're doing this in such a large way.
Absolutely, yeah. We're so excited. Actually, I just heard yesterday that we'll be feeding about 50 people, homeless people there. So this is huge, and we're glad to do that.
We got your website up of your place located in Mount Juliet. I came by a few months ago, and the Chamber of Commerce was making their way around. I was a guest with them that day. Got to meet you and see your place. You have a lovely place in Mount Juliet. I mean, it's really, really nice.
We're a very unique brick oven pizzeria. So, we cold ferment our dough for about 3 days. So it's a long process, and at the end, it's a very delicious pizza.
I just thought it was so good. Tell me again the genesis of how you got involved in the event that you are partaking in with today.
So, National Pizza Day, normally there's Pizza Across America started years ago, and this foundation is a national foundation that started by just giving out pizzas to soup kitchens and things like that, just New York area, New Jersey area. Then it kind of went big national and asked about other pizzerias to join. So this was a good thing, so we could join, pizzerias across United States and do these beautiful things for our community.
Well, Valon, I think it's great because, some pizzerias will, welcome people in today and enjoy National Pizza Day, but you are taking your stuff out and helping others in the community. And I just think that's a fantastic way to do this. And you're very humble with your email. You're very humble and ask us to come out and join you today and what you're doing there and everything. So do you already have the pizzas cooked? Or are you going to cook them today? How's this going to work?
Well, we will be cooking it just, about 30 minutes before. Actually, they pushed that for tomorrow, so we'll be sending pizzas there tomorrow. Unfortunately, they had some other commitment there at the Compassionate Hands. But yeah, we'll cook them to order. All our pizzas are cooked to order, and we'll put them on hot bags, and we'll take them there. So it'll be warm pizza when we take them there.
What is your favorite pizza? I know you cook pizzas all day. What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite, man, there's so many. Obviously, they're all my favorite, but Sicilian. It's got fresh mozzarella, artichokes, prosciutto topped with basil. It's to die for.
We're gonna leave the show right now and come eat. Valon, on the screen, we got all these awards you got up for the best of Mount Juliet. I mean, and people talk about you all the time. Let me ask about being a Mount Juliet. What a great community, is it not, that supports you all the time?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else except Mount Juliet.
That's fantastic. How long have you been in Mount Juliet?
6 years. This August will be 6 years. So we opened August 2016.
God, seems like yesterday. My goodness. Well done. Okay, well, there's information. We're going to stop by and see you here in a few days. Thank you for your dedication to the community. Thank you for your dedication to those less fortunate on what is a special day for pizzerias around the country, Valon. Thank you for doing this, and we'll continue spreading the good word about you, my man.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Valon Arifi from Calabria Pizzeria in Mount Juliet. And I got to tell you what, the pizza is simply fantastic there. And we're hungry. All right. And I don't know where you are, but I'm hungry. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Another special guest. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Welcome to Main Street Nashville. Our newly launched e-edition allows you to read our paper online from anywhere in the world. You are in control of how and when you read or listen. Subscribers can access our e-edition online at mainstreet-nashville.com or on a smartphone or tablet using our Main Street Nashville app. In a browser, today's and all previous issues are available at the click of a button. Main Street Nashville is fully responsive. Click and drag your cursor to move the paper left and right. To see photos and text at a larger scale, double-click on a page. Clicking print will allow you to print an article or crossword at your convenience. View photo galleries and videos by clicking the icon on an image. Click play on videos once the screen appears. Main Street Nashville's e-edition is a simple, new way to interact with and consume news. Access the full e-edition of Main Street Nashville on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Read whatever you want, whenever you want. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Call us at 615-527-4104 or email us at news@mainstreetnash.com.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. A lot of people watched this morning. Thank you guys for waking up with us. And there's your commute making your win. Look at nice commute out there today. You guys are fantastic until I get on the road and it gets backed up for miles and miles and miles. All right. We all know my love for high school football. I think it's the greatest sport around. And partly because we have some amazing high school football coaches in Middle Tennessee who are great men and turn out great men as well. So we have a special guest this morning. Let's bring in head coach of Ravenwood High School, Will Hester, one of my favorite people. Coach, good morning to you.
What's up, Joe? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you for doing this. I know you got class today. I know you're busy, but thank you for joining us. It's a special week. One of your former players is Van Jefferson, playing for the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. You're heading out there to see him playing the big game. Has it hit you yet that one of your players is playing in the Super Bowl?
No, it's kind of crazy, especially watching, last week in the conference championship game and rooting them on, coming down to the end there. It was an exciting game, but super excited for him to have this opportunity, and even more excited to get to be there in person to watch it.
When are you heading out?
We're flying out Friday. So we leave Friday. We'll get out there in the evening on Friday and have Saturday to get ready to go. But, it's an early kickoff on the West Coast, like 3:30, I think, on the West Coast on Sunday. So I can't get here fast enough.
Will you be able to see Van when you get out there?
Probably not. I think because it is the Super Bowl, I believe they're getting to the team hotel a little bit earlier than they normally would. We got to go down and watch him when they played Tampa Bay. We got to see him that night before the game when they were getting ready to play Tom Brady in his last game. But I don't think I'll get a chance to see him this time, unfortunately.
How cool is it just to see this young man who you coached in high school, went to college, excelled, and now on the big stage? As a coach, what's that feeling like?
Well, we always knew that he was going to be an exceptional player. His dad's a NFL coach. His dad played in the NFL for 14 years, I believe. And he was kind of bred for being an NFL wide receiver. And so we kind of knew that he was going to at least have this opportunity. But for it to be only his second year and him being a part of the starting receiving corps for the Rams, and then to make the Super Bowl, it's kind of been a whirlwind, to be honest with you, but it couldn't happen to a better young man. His mom and dad have done a great job of raising him and preparing him for this situation. And, to me, the coolest part is seeing him on the field last time they were out there, and his daughter running around on the field, playing the confetti and all that kind of stuff. To see these guys that you coach and spend so much time with become good fathers and husbands. And, to me, that's what it's all about.
What example can you point to your current players at Ravenwood and tell them about Van Jefferson? Like, here's a guy that has so much talent. He has all that talent inside, but yet he worked harder than anybody else. What do you tell the kids that you can bounce off when they look at Van Jefferson?
Well, the positive thing is I don't have to tell him because he does. And he's been very present with our program. He was here during spring practice last year. He was here for our state quarterfinal game on the sidelines with us this year because it was their bye week. And he'll be the first one to tell them, your talent can only take you so far. The difference between the most talented players that you see playing high school and college football and those playing in the NFL are that hard work and desire. It literally has to be something you are driven to be great every day. And that extra work, that extra drive is all the difference. So for them to be able to hear it from his mouth and him be here and be present with those guys, it makes it a lot easier to explain to them when he's standing right before them.
Yeah, exactly. On the screen, I put up the Google images of Van because I just want to put up one picture because it doesn't do him enough justice. But in a picture at Ravenwood, he was at Ole Miss, then at Florida, signed the contract with the Rams, and seeing on the big stage, you see the evolution of this young man, Coach, and see how he's just remained humble throughout and just let his actions and his work do the talking for him. And that's amazing to be able to do that.
Yeah, he's not, he wasn't a big talker on the field as a player. A lot of guys are, but that necessarily wasn't his style. He would jaw a little bit, especially if you brought it to him first. But he is a humble guy. I think that's a tribute to his mother. She's done a great job of teaching him how to act and how to be. And obviously his dad coached him up on the football piece. But Van has a big heart. And I think that comes from mom. And, he gifted every player in our football program with a set of headphones before we traveled in the playoffs to Collierville this year. And,
wow.
For him to care enough about his former school and this program to give back like that when he didn't have to, there was no reason for him to have to do that. He just wanted to do it. And it says a lot about him.
I heard your interview on 102.5 The Game with Chase McCabe, and I thought it was a great question. Chase asked you, because unfortunately, Van's last game in high school, you lost the state championship game. You won it the next year. And Chase asked you, what was Van's reaction like in the locker room after the game? It's such a tough loss in the state championship. And you gave an answer, which I really thought summed up how great of a young man Van Jefferson is.
Yeah, I mean, basically, he went from man to man, those underclassmen in the locker room, and said, listen, our time is done. We've helped lay the foundation for this, but, you've got to be driven to go out and kind of avenge this loss that we had. And, I think those kids really bought into that. I think, a lot of people would be the first to say that Van's team probably was more talented than the team that followed them. But I believe, kind of the seeds laid by him in that time of pain and heartache for everybody after that loss kind of helped motivate those young men to basically avenge the loss that their teammates had the year before. And I mean, it just goes to say a lot. It could have been, moping around and woe is me. And, I wish it could have been me, but he was really trying to pay it forward to those guys.
Where are your seats for the game on Sunday?
No idea. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Van took care of us and wanted us to be there to see him play. And, I don't care where they are, to be honest with you, Joe. They could be in the last row, which is actually where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put the visiting fans when we went down there. So, but I don't care. As long as I'm in the stadium and get to see him living out the dream that he's had since he could walk, that'll be close enough for me.
I know you're on here talking about Van, but let me talk about you for a second. I was heartbroken when you left a few years ago, Nolensville, to go to Alabama. I was all smiles when I found out, Coach, you're coming back to Ravenwood. How does it feel? I've been back here for a while, though, but I know you're glad to be back here.
I am. My parents still live across the street from the school here, and, this is home for me. I literally grew up within yards of where Ravenwood High School is now. It didn't exist when my old tail was in high school, but I went to the school across the interstate. But this is our community, and this is home, and I've got 8 or 9 years left before I can retire from public education, and I plan to spend them all here. And I got a son who's a freshman and playing little football, and my daughter graduated from here last spring. So it's a special place to us. And Dr. Vaden has been the only principal this school's ever had, and she's done a wonderful job of building the culture here. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Fantastic. Coach, thank you. I know you're busy. I know you got class to teach. Safe travels, and I hope Van comes away with the Super Bowl championship. That'd be just fantastic. Coach, thank you for everything.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, that's Will Hester, the head football coach at Ravenwood High School. I know we're talking about Van Jefferson, but Coach Hester is a reason the high school football, a big reason in Middle Tennessee is so fantastic. Just a wonderful, wonderful man. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. Celebrity birthdays. That's next.
Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. How was that? That fast part, the end felt rushed. I'm going to do it one more time, Claire. Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Ooh, how was that? Claire, that sound about right? It felt good to me. She feels me. Nobody trashes Tennessee on my watch.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good drive. There aren't any cops around. Didn't think there were any cops around. I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your name, sir. Where you are right now? Now.
welcome back to Celebrity Birthdays. Now the intern this morning. Now we have guests throughout the week, but we need to do a practice round with you, right?
Yes, I got to go fine-tune my skills.
All right. By the way, Donaldson Cafe and Catering, pork medallions is on the menu today. I went by there yesterday and had the Salisbury steak. Fantastic. And I stayed longer than I should have. And they're like, hey, you kind of need to go. But Donaldson Cafe and Catering, located in Donaldson, obviously, and it's fantastic.
It's in the back in the by the auditorium, so
it's back in the Larry Keaton Theater to the right of the 50 Ford building. Go in there, take your lunch group there, and have a good time.
Absolutely.
Well done. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. You ready, buddy?
Let's do it.
All right, first up birthday today is how old is singer Carole King?
Carole King, what's she sing?
Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for a second time last year. She sings, "It's too late, baby, now it's too late."
Okay, let's do 59.
She's 80.
Joe Pesci. Hey, man. Joe Pesci. Oh, man. He's probably 71.
79.
Ooh.
Actress Judith Light. She was on Who's the Boss, maybe? Yes.
58.
73.
I'm way off.
Actor Tom Hiddleston.
Is he the younger guy?
He's, well, almost got me. I don't know. How old is he?
41.
He is 41.
Is he really?
Exactly. Well done, pal.
I can read your face.
Actor Michael B. Jordan. He was in Friday Night Lights, Creed.
Apollo. Not Apollo. That's a space movie. Let's say he's 31.
35.
35.
We got a lot of ones today. Ready? Let's roll down this thing here. Author Alice Walker. She wrote The Color Purple.
Of course she did. Love that book. Let's do 48.
78.
78.
48.
38.
Book came out 48
great.
years ago.
Right, of course. When I read,
all right.
Read it as soon as I could read.
Actress Mia Farrow used to be married to Frank Sinatra.
Farrow. It's an awesome last name. Let's say 83.
77.
Oh.
Country singer Travis Tritt. Here's a quarter for someone who cares.
He's a Grand Ole Opry favorite. Let's do 79.
59. There's a pattern. All right. How about actor Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Horrible Bosses?
He's hilarious. I'll say 41.
46.
I already said 41 and I got it on the nose. That wasn't going to happen again.
Nope.
What am I thinking?
All right. So let's see if we get one more to you that you might know. And let's go. Let's get one for you. Actress Julie Warner. That's the same one. She was in Tommy Boy.
Oh, okay. And I actually saw that the other day. Remember we were talking about off camera,
right?
He was surprised that I'd never seen it, so I did see it. Let's say she's 53.
She is 59. Awful job again. You got one head on though. We have a guest tomorrow. Chase McCabe will go against you tomorrow.
He's the champ
for celebrity birthdays. Yeah, check out Donaldson Cafe and Catering, 108 Donaldson Pike, serving lunch every day. Fantastic lunch. There it is. Thank you, intern. Have a good day, buddy. Are you okay? Have a good day?
You have a good day as well, Joe. Sorry about
All
that.
right. Thanks to all of our guests. Check our YouTube page. Just go to Main Street Nashville. Click on Mornings on Main Street. All the segments will be there. Thanks to all of our guests this morning. Fantastic show. Really appreciate you. Again, when you go out in the world today, be nice, smile at people in traffic, open doors, wave. Nobody cares about your CrossFit workout unless it's the intern. And as always, remember this. Nobody ever went broke by giving. We'll see you tomorrow.